Okay. Look, let's do strikers. Okay. Basically, I think if we don't have the same answer for all time, I'm slapping the person who doesn't have the same answer. So basically, current. I'm rolling with Lewandowski. Lewandowski is getting it in my team for current. Okay.
I second that.
Yeah. Giroud. No.
No.
You might as well pick Benteke, fam.
No, it's
it
Chelsea.
Lewandowski, yeah.
Is it going to be different? Is it going to be the black sheep and just venture out from the flock?
Suarez.
Ooh, that's a good
I did think
shot.
that.
But no. But you know what it is?
At the moment, he's not.
Suarez right this moment is playing like garbage. But if you just take away, no whatever like that, the last say 2 months.
Yeah.
Suarez,
He's a better player than Lewandowski.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Suarez. Am I cheating though? Because I'm like eradicating the last like 2 months.
But current is based over the last.
Last 12 months. The man scored, I think,
like 40 something.
Yeah,
he's got like 100 goals in like 90.
No one can argue against.
Yeah, I'm going with Suarez.
No one can argue.
I mean, I'm going right with Lewandowski. Okay, so all time, I'm expecting all of us to say.
Can we just make this a dedication?
Yeah.
All time.
Yeah,
let's just make this
a dedication.
Yeah, of course.
To the greatest player who's ever played the fucking game.
Yeah. No. Okay. But basically, I think the key that we're actually discussing is coming up here. This is a generational thing, and I think a lot of people that I have arguments with, we're always going to argue because again, now this I don't mean to be disrespectful or anything like that because this is the same thing when I talk to older guys when they talk about Pele and Maradona. I wasn't there. If you were growing up and you were like a teenager, when when Ronaldo was playing, it was one of the greatest things you ever saw. That's the thing. So it's like, and you have to understand that this guy, he revolutionized what it's meant to be a striker.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, like for me still to this day, I say, if you think about like stats, you play like Challenge Manager, everything he'd be, attack-wise will be max, like pace max, control max, technique max, balance max, dribbling max. So it's like, it was literally you're dealing with a machine. And then when people say, oh, what about Messi? Messi didn't have the strength or the speed of Ronaldo. Okay, what about Cristiano? Cristiano did not have the dribbling or the technique of Ronaldo. So any player you bring, Ronaldo had more things than him.
Big Ron, literally, as you can say, he could do it all. And if he never had the crippling injuries that he had,
the knee injury,
these stats that we're talking about with Messi, where he scored 600 odd goals, like Big Ron would have hit that. No shadow of a doubt. He would have hit that, and he did it in Italy. He did it in Spain. He did it at the World Cup. He's done it everywhere.
And he's won a World Cup, something Messi hasn't done.
At 25.
Exactly.
At 25 years old, he was, after coming from a crippling knee injury, he came back top scorer.
3 years out.
3 years.
2.5 to 3 years out. And the boy came back and won the World Cup. Top goal scorer.
Yeah.
Listen, the guy, he revolutionized attacking football. He was the first striker who took, before him, you just did skill and then you went past it. So you do a skill and then you'd run. He was the first player to, at top speed, do the same skill that people were doing at standing pace. It's why his body couldn't keep up with it. He was so good that his knees actually couldn't physically keep up with the way he would actually be able.
And also like the kinds of skills he was doing is what midfielders were doing. So which is why it was no defender knew how to deal with him, because really normally strikers just really finished or do like a little quick. Literally, this guy was doing step overs,
if I'm honest with you, I don't even think the midfielders are doing it. You can watch clips of him now and no one's doing it.
You were not safe anywhere where he picked up the ball.
Yeah.
If he picked up the ball at halfway and turned, you're in danger.
If
he picked up the ball on the edge of the box and he turned, you're in danger. If he picked up the ball on the right wing and cut inside, you were in danger. Anywhere he got the ball, you were in trouble.
Yeah. No, I think basically, you know what it was like? It was literally like watching like a superhero play the game.
He was my superhero.
Yeah, it was like watching a super, because again, like
no homo. It was football love. I have never ever. He was the reason I knew what love was.
No, I'll take it.
It's as simple as that. My childhood would not have been the same if I was not able to watch that.
I'll take it one step further. Like in a job interview, I actually named, because they don't say, okay, name one of your heroes. I named Ronaldo as one of my heroes in my job interview. This job interview was about selling kilts. I just saying to the levels that Ronaldo wanted to go through. And guys, relax. I at least sold kilts for 1 year, and I told the boss, look, sorry, I can't sell kilts for more than a year, so I left the job afterwards. So.
Ronaldo was like revolutionary. Like, you know how you were saying about the strikers, like how they'll beat one guy and score, or like just close control, bang, finish. It was all about finishing the strikers, isn't it? This guy was an athletic beast, but he had skills of like a trickster, and he had the strength of an ox. Like, it was like the complete package, and no striker in world football came close. You had your Batistuttas back in the day, and your Crespos, and your Vieiras, but none of them, bro. When I say to you, like, Ronaldo was the phenom for a reason, no one could touch him. And he'll go down, as you guys...
And you know, it still pisses me off that Cristiano Ronaldo has the same name as him.
No. I never call him Ronaldo.
No, but you say Cristiano. I don't say Ronaldo. I would say Cristiano.
I would say Cristiano or
Today's generation, when they say Ronaldo, they'll just think of him.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I hear Ronaldo, I'm thinking Big Ron. Like,
Big
Ron.
I think that's why... Again, people will know, again, from this channel, that me and Cristiano will always have beef. And again, my beef, apart from him being overrated and I think his arrogance, it is that Ronaldo thing. Because I had such a close affinity to Ronaldo, and I remember how I felt in school watching the 2002 final, and just seeing him come up from injury and how much that meant to me. I was like, I actually feel almost personally insulted that, like, when you type Ronaldo online, you say Ronaldo, they just refer to him. And people think of him, that's just that overweight guy. Like, are you crazy? To completely disregard how this guy changed football, just not even sports-wise, even like sponsorship-wise, trademark-wise. He was like a superstar that actually went beyond the game.
He was the first real superstar of football. Boots made after him. It just everything.
Remember the R9s?
With the strap. Those men were Mercurial boots, man.
Advert.
That's what I'm saying, with the Brazil adverts. It was all because of Ronaldo. That icon status that he had. Like, was
not to mention, he went to a World Cup at like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, it's true.
People forget that.
People sleep on that.
And also remember, this is Brazil. Brazil. At 21 years of age, he was Brazil's like star player in '98. And remember what happened to him in the final? Because of that seizure, grown men, 30-year-olds, 27-year-olds, actually their heads just dropped because a 21-year-old wasn't at full strength. 21.
That's crazy.
I urge anyone watching this to go and watch a YouTube compilation of Ronaldo's best goals. Unbelievable.
No. The best thing is, like, again, this is for me, in my view, I watch this video at least 3 or 4 times every year, like Ronaldo impossible technique. Because
I watched that the other day, actually.
Seriously, like, when you look at some of the stuff that this guy did, it is scary because when I was watching, I forgot the kind of skills that this guy did. Like, when you look at his technique, his close control, and the kind of things that this guy did, I was like, and as you were saying, how many guys have put a defender flat on their back?
Yeah, like literally.
Like ankles broken.
Like whoopsie.
How many strikers have had the ball, right, in the world? This is World Cup. Colin Hendry has won the Premier League. Right? He's a Premier League winner. Right? He was a good defender in the Premier League.
With a family, wife, kids.
And he stood up Ronaldo, and Ronaldo done a couple steps, but my man said, "Help me!" You can see it clear as day. Turned to his, "Help me!" Bruv,
if you have a defender calling for backup like this is a Marvel superhero,
like he needs his boys, isn't it?
Like they're just about to, they're under fire.
We need backup.
Backup. Listen, I think that's the thing with Des. Like, there has been no player where. This is why I go to the whole superhero thing. Where, like, every time he touched the ball, you felt like the whole entire world was just watching him. Like, literally, the whole pitch would just shake because no player has a way. Like, every time he touches the ball, you're like, whoa, jeez, what the hell is going to happen? Because you feel the actual electricity when he touched the ball, and it's like, so when I talk to these younger guys, and like even like my younger viewers of this is that. It's going to be very hard to explain this if you didn't experience it. So when we used to be saying, because even when you look at YouTube, you're like, when you were living there at the time and you were watching this match and it was happening. Because again, we all lived at the time of Ronaldo, and we're living at the time of Cristiano, and we're living at the time of Messi. Like, Messi is bloody amazing. But it's not like what it was like when it was Ronaldo. It's not the same.
I remember Ronaldo was doing this in a time where defending was an art form. When we did our best defenders,
he was
all of those defenders
were getting roasted. Every one of them was getting roasted.
If you asked every single one of them, Ronaldo would be the guy that they would pick, who was the hardest player they ever played against. It's unquestionable.
He came back from an ACL injury when he done his ACL, and he was still quick. He didn't make like normally when you do your ACL, you kind of lose. I mean, he probably did lose maybe half a yard. But normally
he lost quite a bit.
Yeah, but he was still so quick.
Ask Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, because it's true. It's true, you know.
And I think that's the key thing that even Dev made an amazing point. Remember, he was playing in Syria during the 90s when Syria was the elite league.
Yeah.
And remember, this was when defenders were at their best. So this guy was still effective at getting past defenders when they were far more physical and far better. Again, I know you Messi fanboys and Cristiano fanboys are going to kill me for this. Sorry, but your idols are playing in an era where we're seeing the worst defending.
Ever.
This is the worst defending I've ever seen. I've been watching football since the early 90s and late 80s. This is the worst it's been.
I think it goes back to, again, football has evolved into more, it's just an attacking game. It's more like defending is it's not as an art form anymore. It's just you have to defend, innit? Yeah. Whereas back in the day, it's if you don't defend, you're not getting a team. If you're centre back and I've got questions about your defensive capabilities, you aren't playing.
Not just that, but the laws of the game have been adapted to it's more in favour of the attack.
Fast, fluid,
defensively, all the stuff they used to do back in the day. I sound like one of them old school pundits. Defenders change. You can't elbow man in the face.
No, but it was real.